Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And I am your host, Ayanna Smith, and I am a financial professional and I help people make and save money in a tax-free manner. And I'm just excited because it's September. Wow. And I was thinking about what am I going to refer to, talk about, because we always are talking. We say money is always talking, even if we aren't talking about it. And that's our mantra for our broadcast because money is always talking. It's always saying something for whether it's we have more than enough, not enough, almost enough, in between, or what have you. It's always talking because it directs us on where we're going to flow and go. And then we also know that we have to tell our money what to do. So we have to have the money to tell it what to do. So, with that being said, so glad that you have joined in on the broadcast. I'm so glad to see so many people coming on and just being a part of Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. I don't take it lightly. I appreciate it. So please how about hit the love button, comment, share. And if you're watching the replay at any time, please comment, say replay, share out. Make sure that also, as you already know, for the most part, you can connect with me. I'll say that at the top of this. You connect with me through www.askayanna.com. Also, I am streaming on YouTube and all the other outlets, YouTube, and I have Instagram going and Facebook on personal and business pages. And so I want you to make sure that you share it out because these are conversations that we need to have, even though sometimes uncomfortable or not so fashionable, but it takes money to make the world go around. How many agree with that? Absolutely. And I know that answer is yes, because the question was rhetorical. Okay, so we need to make sure that we have our money intact. So I'm here to help you to do that. All right, so it is Life Insurance Awareness Month. LIAM, Life Insurance Awareness Month. You may see the acronym floating around because September is the month, but I say every month is the month for life insurance because of the entities that it includes now. It's not just for the big trip, and I often like to share this story because I remember it as some people I know will probably jog your memory in saying that. Let me ask you this. Do you remember? Some of you all remember when the, I always say the little man, not necessarily he was a little man, but I remember the man coming by my grandmother's house to collect the premiums and, collect that's the insurance man. Let me go get the money for the insurance man. And and we were like, okay. And those policies sometimes sadly were just a few $100 or few $1,000 because it was based on a time frame in which they were living in then. And so basically to kind of cut to the chase, we look at or have the opportunity to look at and the types of products and services to look at life insurance in a more comprehensive way. It is really now getting into understanding it's not just for when we pass away and we leave something to somebody, or we make sure that we have covered bills and all that thing, all those things of that nature. But it's like we can use our life insurances now while we are living. So what a better time if we're healthy and we know that things have been going on left and right in about 2 years of a pandemic. People have passed away, unfortunately, and lost their lives and all that. And of course, people have passed away from other things, not pandemic related. However, how many more people would be able to flow a little bit better if they were properly protected and not just had enough, sometimes we'll say just enough to put me in the ground. Well, that really doesn't do fully enough. It was better than having nothing, but it doesn't do fully enough of what we need when we have left, bills and homes and cars and what have you left above ground. And what about, what's going to happen to the people that's left behind if we have not thought about things, for example, as income protection, having income protection. What is that? That's making sure that you have enough proper protection through the vehicle of life insurance, or maybe some of your other assets, liquid assets, that will help you to make sure that everybody is really comfortable and good, really good, not just good, but good, good. For example, if you had small children, you don't have to worry about them having to move and not being able to stay where you had them living, because they now have enough proper protection that you took out on yourself to cover that, and they can pay off the home, or you make sure that they are going to the school that you want them to go to, and all of that. So we're going to jump into and just kind of give people a little refresher on what that looks like as far as what life insurance is talking about. And we know it's hooked to money talk, so we're going to talk about some life insurance. So it is Life Insurance Awareness Month, and the acronym for the month when we're looking at Life Insurance Awareness Month is LIAM, Liam. Life Insurance Awareness Month. We're in 2021, and so here we go. So let's look at the first thing. We're talking about life insurance. There are some different types, and we know that there are some different types, but here's some quick upgrades. There are upgrades, and let's talk about living benefits. Living benefits will be the first thing that if you qualify for that, because most life insurances, you have to qualify, some type of qualification, very similar to if we're looking at auto insurance, they look at your driving history, different things like that. So there's still a checkup everywhere we go, correct? Okay, so know that even if there's no medical check, sometimes they still may pull medicine scripts. So that's another part. So just kind of giving you some backdrop on just some things that go into the consideration when putting together some things to get you properly protected. And then there are also, some other, there's some guaranteed style insurances, but there's still sometimes some wait periods on those, and when they will actually kick in and pay out as a benefit. So it's just a bunch of things that are specific to you. As I always say, it's not a one size fits all. That's why we have to talk. The call to action is to connect, and let's talk, and let's see how we may get a plan in place that is going to fit you and your family. I had an opportunity recently to speak with one of my clients, and talking with her, and she said, listen, I really have to get my savings on point. I really have to make sure that those things are good for me and my child is under the age of 18. And she said, I have to start now. So tell me, how can I get my stuff in place? The business owners. So that's what, so we reach out to business owners, because business owners, especially the self-employed, really need to make sure that you're properly protected, and that you have things in place, and that it's working for you. And that, for example, if you got too sick, you're able to get monies to carry you to your rehabilitation, and to keep the business moving while you are not able to move it. Because often self-employed means you're an employee to yourself, and if the business cannot work without us being there, then that means that where's the money coming from? So these are types of things that we can help structure and strategize on what would be the best thing for you and you. And what better time to do it than in Life Insurance Awareness Month. It's time to really get those things and talk about them and put them out there, especially before we go into the holiday season, because we know things start picking up and we may put it off. And unfortunately, I've experienced that, where I've had people to put things off. I'll get to it. I'll do it later. Oh, see me at the new year. And then, they don't make it to the new year, unfortunately. And it's not that we wished any harm or any family to be hurt or crying or suffering, but things could have then looked a little bit differently if they'd gotten that life insurance in place. And then also, too, when I talked about the living benefits help you when you have heart attack, cancer, stroke. And how many of you know people who've had those, experienced those, the heart attack, cancer, stroke? That's just something that sometimes we experience, and we're not looking for it. Who's looking to be sick? But what a comfort it is to have a life insurance policy in place that can take care of the critical, chronic, and terminal illnesses and help ease your, let's say, help ease your anxiety on making sure that bills are taken care of, ease the anxiety on making sure that your family members are taken care of, just ease that and really make an impression on when we talk about legacy. And when we talk about leaving something, and when we're talking about making sure that we are good, when we are looking at life insurance also functions with the long-term care. Now, I was doing some reading up and looking at some statistics, and it was talking about that it's 1% of people that are between the ages of 18 and 64 that are in what we say nursing homes or what have you. Well, we say 1%, but still that's a lot of people when we know that it's mostly the older or the elderly population that will be in an assisted facility or what have you. So that means that who bridges the gap for those of us who are falling between ages 18 and 64 before those Medicare or Medicaid benefits kick in, and under the age of 18, most of those children may, if they get sick, they may have a place to go, like some of the special hospitals that take care of and pay for those bills. But there's nobody that really takes care of anything in the middle ages, so to speak. So we have to build for ourselves and look at, if we are qualified and our health is good, let's do it now. It is no better time than now to go ahead and talk about getting something in place. I put it like this: if we can go out, just say if you go out each day for lunch, and lunch now is on the average of $10 a pop, pretty much it is. There's nowhere that you're really going to eat that you're not spending at least $10. You may get a $5 box here and there, but even that adds up. If you say, okay, let's take it on the low end, $6, because we have to add in tax. Tax may be higher other places, some places. $6 a day. If you do $6 a day eating out, $6 a day, and you work 5 days a week, we're going to say you're off 2 days, whatever those 2 days are. 6 times 5 is what? $30. That's $30 a week eating out lunch one time. Just say if you grab dinner, you may look at another that $5, $10, $15. Okay. And then you compound that times, that's 30 times 4. Okay. Quick math. What? $120? Okay, you all correct me if I'm wrong. I think my math is correct. And then you keep doing that over and over and over. But like I said, let's take it back. If you did $10 a day or most places to eat that are pretty decent, 10 times 5, $50. 50 times 4, $200. You can't tell me that you cannot say, oh, that stuff is all expensive. I don't have any money to put away. Yeah, you do. You ate it, and that's where the money went. Just hypothetically, just something to think about. So when we think about that, if we do a mind shift and we kind of shift it around, we say, well, we do have enough money to be good and start a protection for our family and for ourselves if we get too sick. And if we live too long, we can, that same money we're putting in and putting out and getting it in a long-term strategy. So we will have some income streams to turn on once we look at retirement. And then if we die too soon, wow, not that we want to die anytime soon, but if we do, our family is going to be okay. So those are the things that life insurance does. That's what it does. It is an asset builder. And this is the other point. It is an asset builder. With that pivot, it is an asset builder because if it accumulates cash, that is an asset to you and your family. That builds your bottom line. That builds your net worth. And most bigger businesses, all banks have life insurance. They do. They're supported by life insurance. You can check it out. I have a book that I often read. I read talking about life insurance and the value and the benefits of it. And I was looking at some of the companies that are heavy in life insurance, and they support, they're supported by it. And Mary Kay was one. Walt started Disney, his dream of putting Mickey Mouse into play. Started it by liquidating one of his policies that he had because the bank would not take a chance on him. So he liquidated what we call a surrendered a policy that he had. It had money in it, and utilized that to start his dream. So the power of life insurance is amazing. And oftentimes we only stop right at, let me get a cremation or let me get a burial, and this is where I stop. No, life insurance really is living insurance if we know how to structure it and we know how to put the right things in place. So that is why it's so important to kick this off September. It's Life Insurance Awareness Month, because we need to be aware every month. And I am just so elated to be able to share just the tidbits, just an overview, because we will throughout the month talk about the types of insurance. And if you have questions, please shoot them to me so that we can discuss them a little further. And if it's something that is generic to the audience, we can say those things because we want to make sure that we make people aware. But if it is something very specific for you, to you and your family and your well-being, then most definitely we need to get a complimentary appointment set up so that we can delve into hearing more about it. And then also, let me say this. Our industry has been expanding and expanding and expanding. And so if you're looking for career changes, you're looking for career enhancement, you're looking for another stream of income, you're looking for building a legacy, an agency, building something that is going to last. Because here is the thing, and you can take it to the bank, and you can also read and look up the insurance industry, the financial industry, no matter what the economy looks like, does not go down, does not fail. It is solid to the end. And so I say, make sure that first of all, you protect yourself by taking a part of getting proper protection through the vehicle of life insurance, getting something that could build your wealth down the line, also something that can protect you if you go into a health crisis of any critical, chronic, or terminal illnesses, and make sure that you have something that will pay you over and over and over and over, because it is building you as having assets instead of liabilities. Learn how to make the money that you have put out to make more money for you. So let's make sure that we connect. I just did a quick overview because I am so excited. We're going to get into more of the different types of life insurance as we move along throughout this month, this wonderful September Life Insurance Awareness Month. It connects right back to our last series when we were talking about estate planning and making sure that we have medical and advanced directives and all of that. It all goes together. It's a puzzle. It's a piece of a team. It's like you have to think about your whole life. And do I have those pieces all interconnected? And if you can't get them started all at one time, nobody's expecting us to get started all at one time. But the expectation is to get what? Started. We need to at least get started. So make sure that you connect with me by subscribing to my YouTube channel at the Ayanna Smith. We're streaming over there live. Also connect on Ask Ayanna _financial pro on the Facebook page, Ask for Ayanna. And also, if you're looking at my personal page, make sure you go over there and connect with me. But let's get together and make sure that you share if you know anyone who is looking for their lives to change and go from good to great, and building their income, making sure they're properly protected, making sure if they live too long, they have something in place to coincide with their retirement, build their retirement completely through the vehicle of life insurance. If you are a business owner, learn how to shelter your money in a tax-free manner, whether you're a business owner or a W-2er, it's okay. Either way, it is a way to help to shelter your taxes so that it can maximize the money that you are working so hard for, and that in this time feels like it's depleting because everything is kind of going up. The inflation is hitting, but our bank accounts are subtracting because things are going up, and then our salaries are not moving as fast and outpacing the inflation. It's not outpacing the inflation, period. So we want to make sure, if you want to outpace some inflation, let's look at also just the business side of things, making sure that you have it covered on all ends. Okay. So please, 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 let's make sure that we connect together. And this has been a pleasure, pleasure talking to everyone about Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And I am Ayanna Smith, your host, and I help people make and save money in a tax-free manner. And I want you to be well, and let's connect soon. Have a good one.